And they said, we are in a position to offer you a spot to study medicine. And I thought, is that real? Am I hearing things? And I went, I'm in a position to accept. Just like that. I don't care. I don't want to know the details, but I got my foot in the door.
Yeah.
I finish up, and in the fall, they call it autumn. In Scotland, I was in Zane.
So you got through your 4 years of medicine, but then you go off to Stanford. Is that right?
That's right.
And you when you went to Stanford, then you decided you wanted to specialize in a particular area of medicine. So
yes.
Talk about that just a little bit.
I'm doing housemanship in the teaching hospitals of London, and it was, again, you have health advisors, and my health advisor in London said, listen, how many people in London can you see in the National Health Service, NHS, that are women of color? I mean, it's true. At that time in the 1990s, there were not a single one. He says, look, you're obviously very bright. I'm not bragging. It was just that I was very energetic and I made things happen. And he says, look, if I were you, you have family now in California. Why don't you think about that? I said, are you crazy, Dr. Robert? His name was Dave Robertson. He was an infectious disease specialist in London. And he said, look, you need to get out of here. You're going to be a registrar forever. That means you'll be in the teaching position. Like, you won't be a consultant. And I thought to myself, well, he has a point. And I looked over to California because that was obvious. My family lived in Los Angeles, and I started applying just like that. I started applying for residency. This is how they call it in America, not housemanship, residency. And I actually came up to Loma Linda in Southern California to do my internship. And from there, I looked at rheumatology fellowships. Why did I look at rheumatology? It was underserved. It is one of the smallest specialties in the entire United States. How many? You might ask. Right now, there are about 4,000.
How many?
4,000 rheumatology MDs.
So tell me about how many, or describe to me what rheumatology is. In a simple term, so that.
Yeah. Rheumatology is a specialty that takes care of people with autoimmune diseases like arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, lupus, big scary word, lupus systemic erythematosus. So I take care of people diagnosed with inflammatory chronic conditions. And just 4,000 of us for 350 million population around the United States.
Is it still low?
It's very low. It's still around.
That's such a huge classification of people. I mean, it's beyond measure.
You're right. Let's talk about that for a moment, okay? Because rheumatology and rheumatic diseases, arthritis, it turns out, is the number one reason for disability in America. Number one, not cardiology, not heart disease or cancer. Number one reason why people lose time from work, prescription drugs, is my specialty.
So I'm a patient per se, but I didn't go to a rheumatologist. I went to an orthopedic surgeon, and I've had 3 hip replacements.
Oh my! You look too young.
I'm older than I look, but
wow.
I have 7 grandchildren, and my oldest child she's late 40s.
My goodness, you look very young. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's all in your genes, I think.
Okay. I'm going to push back a little bit, Zane, because I did genetics of arthritis in London. That was actually, in a sense, my claim to fame. I was at the American College of Rheumatology to give keynote, address on this issue, genes and osteoarthritis. Why osteoarthritis? It's the number one, it's the most common form of it's the reason you had a hip replacement, by the way. Osteoarthritis in genes, how much does genes contribute? Do you want to know the answer?